Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you my entire stock portfolio. So I have a Robinhood portfolio, I have a Moomoo portfolio, and we actually just started a Roth IRA. It's only $100 right now, but you got to start somewhere. And I'm super excited to share with you the stocks I just bought in here. I think it was a pretty smart idea. I'll share with you thoughts on that later. And on top of that, we're going to be going over all the dividend income that I have coming in and some of the ones that I've received over the past 30 days. So we have a lot of stuff to go into. Hope you guys enjoy this kind of stuff. And on this channel, as you know, we're completely transparent. I show you exactly where I bought all my stocks, how much I'm up and down on all of them. As you'll see shortly, actually, we're down over $1,000 on some stocks. But anyway, let's get straight into the portfolio update. So first, we'll start with my Robinhood portfolio, which is my main one. It's worth $13,500. We're actually up 2.2%, which is pretty good after the crazy week that we've had. You know, it's been a volatile week. But let me share with you all the stocks that I have in here. So you've probably heard of a lot of these, and I want to share with you kind of my goal here. So I have a dividend growth portfolio, I would consider it, because most of the stocks in here have a dividend yield of under 1%. Like if we look at like CSL, CRM, Meta, Google, and CEG all have dividend yields of under 1%. But here's the thing, all of these companies have so much room to raise the dividend. We'll get into that a little later, but to offset that, we also have realty income. Like this isn't just a dividend stock. This one has appreciated quite a bit. You know, we're up 12% on our shares, but on top of that, we get a monthly dividend. We get about $8 a month every single month from realty income, which is awesome for our 30 shares. So we get monthly income and we're up 12% on our shares. So that's pretty cool. And we have McDonald's. This one's actually pretty close to a 3% dividend yield. And, you know, they can easily afford to raise their dividends. So I'm loving McDonald's. They have a very safe yield. But let me quickly show you my Moomoo portfolio, which is worth $6,300. Now we have another REIT in here that's CubeSmart. So that one has a pretty high dividend yield as well, around 5%. But if we look at Powell Industries, that one also has a dividend yield of under 1%. If we actually go over here and zoom out, this is a more realistic version of what we should look at because you can see my largest holdings. And let me scroll back to Moomoo right here. We also have EOG Resources. This one is an oil stock. It's kind of my bet on the energy sector. So we're up 7.87% on them, which is pretty cool. Yeah, if we click on the stock, actually, we can actually see where I bought all my shares. That's what the Moomoo app does. And we can see our average cost basis line. So our average cost was $117, which is pretty cool. And here's the stock I'm down over $1,000 on. I want to be completely transparent. As you know, we're also down 17% on Nike. You know, we're not doing good on Nike either. I actually just recently bought a share of Nike a couple days ago at the $72, but the stock we're down over $1,000 on is Perion Network. You know, I don't plan to sell my shares because they have a ton of cash on hand. They have no debt, a lot of cash, but the management team, the CEO and what they've doing, they lost a lot of trust. You know, they lost a contract with Microsoft. You know, if you lose a contract with Microsoft, that's pretty bad. It was with Microsoft Bing, I guess. That makes sense because Microsoft wants to do their own thing with OpenAI. But we also have Bill Holdings. We're down 31% on them. I have a lot of good things to say about Bill Holdings. But let me now show you my Roth IRA. I just started with Robinhood, and you're probably going to have some questions. So these are probably stocks you've never heard of before. This SEVN is an IMREIT, so we actually have a pending dividend from them of 35 cents, and I've only spent $13 on them. So they're an IMREIT. They make loans to other REITs, so they have a loan with extra space storage. That's kind of why I like them. They have a huge relationship with them, but that's besides the point. We also have ticker symbol BRX, which is a REIT, a real estate investment trust that leases to companies like Publix's, Kroger's, Honeywell, and TJ Maxx, kind of stores like that. And then we have one share of Krispy Kreme, ticker symbol DNUT. We have 4 cents coming in from them. Let me just go and show you the dividend history. So we have these two dividends from our Roth IRA coming in. We actually just received yesterday our $4 from Salesforce and then BRX. So yeah, here's our monthly dividend from Realty Income. We get $7.63. Actually, check this out. Look, if we look at June 14th right here, we used to get $7.61. Now we get $7.63. I didn't buy any new shares. I didn't DRIP the shares. They just rose their dividends. So now for the rest of my life, I get that free raise. You know, I didn't do anything. We also have some other ones. You can just see all the dividends I've received. So I used to own a lot of different stocks. I used to own EOG in this portfolio. So my portfolio has changed quite a bit. Like, look, this was in 2023. 2023, we had a dividend from our way of $243. So yeah, My portfolio has changed quite a bit. It's been pretty dramatic, but right now, I'm really happy with my portfolio, my Robinhood one. I don't plan to make any changes at all. I don't plan to sell any of these holdings. I feel this is a really solid portfolio. And same with my Moomoo portfolio. If you don't know, I'm actually never allowed to sell a stock once I buy in here. It's kind of like the thing I do on my channel. So once I buy a stock in here, I'm literally never going to sell it for the rest of my life. So, and if you guys want to help out the channel, you can download Moomoo with the affiliate link in the description, or you can download Robinhood as well with the affiliate link in the description. You know, it gives you some free stocks and it gives me some free stocks. So it kind of helps us both out. And they're both great trading platforms. Like I literally use them. And I also want to talk about what I think is going to be an amazing dividend growth stock, and that is actually Google. I want to show you how their most recent earnings were so amazing in my opinion. So look at their net income on a year-over-year basis. It was up 27% to $24 billion in one quarter. So remember that number, $24 billion, and their dividend only cost $2.47 billion. So that's a 10% payout ratio for one quarter. Like, that is crazy. Since they have so much money left over, they're literally spending $15 billion a quarter buying back their own stocks. So what I'm trying to say is Google has so much room to like 4x their dividend if they wanted to, and it would be super safe. So this is one I think is going to be an amazing dividend growth stock where they can raise the dividend if they want to, but don't have to. So that's kind of the basis behind all the stocks in my portfolio. They're all kind of similar to Google, where they have these amazing net income numbers where they can easily afford to raise their dividend. And like, look at this. They made $25 billion or 24, almost 25. If we zoom out, that's way above what it was in 2021. You know, when they, on a good quarter, made $20 billion. Now it's $24 billion in one quarter. In the quarter before, it was $25 billion, up 71% year over year. These year over year growth numbers are so impressive. And look, their EPS is at an all-time high because of it. So Google is growing their EPS like crazy. So that's kind of why I love Google. But yeah, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you leave a comment, if you have any questions, I will respond to every single one of them. And don't forget to drop a like on the video. It would really help me out a lot. And subscribe if you're new.